Good afternoon to Lajak Laku Stock Management. I'm Navinder and I'm going to talk about Lajak Tablet Hardness. So studies have shown that the tensile strength of the tablet depends on the relative densities regardless of the production shifts. So we are going to use a linear regression model to test that. So in linear regression model, there are few parameters and one of the most important parameter is multiple R, which is a coefficient of correlation. So it shows the relationship between these two things. So here we can see that the multiple R is 0.84 above, which means it's nearing 1. So when the multiple R is nearing 1, that means they have a perfect linear relationship between them. We are also going to look at ANOVA, which stands for analysis of variance. So if you see there is significant level alpha equals to 0.05. So significant level means there's a probability of rejecting the null hypothesis. So basically what it means is that 0.05 here is 5%. So there is 5% risk of concluding that a difference exists when there is no actual difference using this model. F-test is conducted. So F-test is basically the overall significance of these two variables, the tensile strength and the relative densities. So if the significance F is lower than 0.05, which it is, so the null hypothesis is rejected. So in this case we reject the null hypothesis, and in conclusion there is sufficient evidence to support the existence of the linearity relationship between these two variables, the relative density and the tensile strength. So we are going to look at the relative density line fit plot. So why this plot is done is so that we get to identify a trend, so that it becomes easier for us to predict the tensile strength based on the given values of the relative densities. So the main thing to look here is the beta. The beta stands for the slope, so which in other words we can say the trend. In order to test the validity of the prediction model, QQ plot was done. So QQ is quantile plot. So if both quantile sets come from the same distribution, the data points should be forming a roughly straight line. So here we can see there's a trend line there, and most of the data points fall on the trend line. So which shows that this model is valid. Even though there are outliers at the tail ends of the data points, it's quite minor and need not to be worried about it. That's all from me, and I would like to pass to my friend.